Hey there, wise hearts. Welcome back to Whispers of Elders, where we dive deep into the life lessons that help us thrive in our golden years. I'm your host, and today we're tackling a tough but vital topic: 6 indicators that it's time to sever ties, even with family. Now, I know this might hit close to home. Family is supposed to be our rock, our safe harbor. But what if I told you that sometimes the healthiest choice for your peace and well-being is to step away, even from those closest to you? It's not an easy truth, but it's one that many of us, especially as we age, come to face. In this video, we're going to walk through 6 clear signs that it might be time to set boundaries or even cut ties with family members who are draining your spirit. This isn't about blame or anger. It's about protecting your joy, your energy, and your heart as you navigate this season of life. We'll explore why these patterns happen, the emotional weight they carry, and practical steps to reclaim your peace. If you're someone who values your emotional health, wants to live with purpose, or is supporting a loved one through tough family dynamics, this is for you. We're not here to judge. We're here to empower you with clarity and courage. So grab a comfy seat, maybe a warm drink, and let's dive into this heartfelt conversation. Here we go. Indicator number 1, constant emotional drain. The first sign it might be time to sever ties is when a family member leaves you feeling constantly emotionally drained. You know that heavy feeling, like your heart's been wrung out after every call or visit? That's a red flag. Family should lift you up, not pull you down. But sometimes, a relative's endless complaints, negativity, or demands can sap your energy. As we age, our emotional reserves are precious. A 2023 study from the American Psychological Association found that chronic emotional stress can raise cortisol levels, weaken immunity, and even shorten lifespan. Take Sarah, a 72-year-old from Ohio, I met at a community event. She loved her sister dearly, but every conversation was a litany of criticism and gloom. I'd hang up the phone and feel like I'd run a marathon, Sarah shared. She finally set a boundary, limiting calls to once a month. And suddenly, she had energy for her book club and garden again. The trap? Guilt. We feel obligated to be there for family, no matter the cost. But at this stage of life, your peace is non-negotiable. Try redirecting conversations to neutral topics or politely shortening contact. If the drain persists, it may be time to step back. Protecting your heart isn't selfish, it's survival. You've earned the right to choose who fills your days with light. Have you noticed someone in your life who leaves you drained? Comment indicator 1 below and share one small step you'll take to protect your energy, like setting a time limit on calls. If this resonates, hit that subscribe button and ring the bell so we can keep exploring together. Indicator. Next up is a tough one: disrespect that crosses the line. We all have quirks in our families, but there's a difference between playful teasing and words or actions that wound your dignity. Maybe it's a child who dismisses your opinions, a sibling who mocks your choices, or a relative who belittles you in front of others. Disrespect erodes self-worth, and at this stage of life, your confidence is a treasure. Research from the National Institute on Aging shows that ongoing emotional abuse can lead to anxiety and depression, especially in older adults. I heard about John, a 75-year-old from Texas, whose son constantly criticized his lifestyle. He'd call my hobbies silly and roll his eyes at my stories, John said. It stung until John decided to limit visits and focus on friends who valued him. That choice gave him back his spark. The pitfall here is excusing disrespect as just how they are. But your worth isn't debatable. Try addressing it calmly first. I feel hurt when you say that, but if it continues, distance may be your best defense. You deserve relationships that honor who you are. Comment indicator 2 below and tell me one way you'll stand up for your dignity, like speaking up or stepping back. If this hits home, give us a like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs to hear it. The third indicator, is manipulation that controls you. Family ties can sometimes come with strings, guilt trips, emotional blackmail, or demands that leave you feeling trapped. Maybe it's a relative who guilt trips you into hosting every holiday, or a child who leans on you for money while ignoring your needs. Manipulation thrives on obligation, and it can rob you of your freedom. A 2024 study from UCLA found that manipulative relationships increase stress hormones, harming both mental and physical health. Consider Ellen, an 80-year-old from Florida. Her niece would call weekly begging for loans with promises of family loyalty. Ellen felt obligated until she realized it was a one-way street. She started saying no, and though it was hard, she felt liberated. The danger? Believing you owe anyone your time or resources just because they're family. Set clear boundaries, like saying, I can't help financially, but I'm here for a chat. If manipulation persists, cutting contact may be the kindest choice for you. Your life is yours to live, not theirs to steer. Choose freedom over control. Drop indicator 3 in the comments and share one boundary you'll set to break free from manipulation. Loving this wisdom? Subscribe, hit that bell, and pass this video to a friend who could use some courage. Indicator. Here's a big one: repeated betrayal of trust. Trust is the glue of any relationship. But when family members break it over and over through lies, broken promises, or betrayal, it's a sign to reconsider the connection. Maybe it's a sibling who shares your private stories, or a child who disregards your wishes about your care. These breaches hurt deeply, especially as we age and value reliability. A 2025 study from the University of Michigan linked broken trust to higher rates of loneliness and emotional distress in seniors. I met Clara, a 78-year-old from California, who faced this with her cousin. She promised to visit, then ghost me, Clara said. After years of letdowns, Clara stopped reaching out. The peace she gained was worth more than the false hope. The trap is holding on to what could be instead of seeing what is. Try addressing the betrayal directly. I need you to keep your word. If it continues, limiting contact protects your heart. Trust is earned, even in family. Comment indicator 4 below and share one way you'll protect your trust, like having an honest talk or stepping back. If this is speaking to you, like subscribe and share it with someone who needs this wisdom. The fifth indicator is toxic patterns that never change. Some family dynamics, like constant arguing, blame, or drama, are like a broken record, replaying pain with no end. Maybe it's a relative who stirs up conflict at every gathering, or a child who blames you for their struggles. These patterns drain your joy and peace. Research from Harvard shows that toxic relationships can raise blood pressure and weaken your immune system. Real risks as we age. Think of Tom, a 74-year-old from Georgia whose brother always sparked fights at family dinners. "It was like walking on eggshells," Tom said. He finally skipped the gatherings and found peace in smaller, happier meetups with friends. The pitfall? Hoping they'll change. But after years, patterns often stick. Try setting limits, like attending events briefly or keeping contact minimal. If the toxicity persists, walking away may be your path to calm. Your golden years are for joy, not drama. Choose peace over chaos. Drop Indicator 5 in the comments and share one way you'll dodge a toxic pattern, like skipping a drama-filled event. If this resonates, hit that thumbs up, subscribe, and share with someone who'd appreciate it. Finally, the sixth indicator is when your values clash irreconcilably. Family bonds thrive on shared understanding, but when core values like honesty, kindness, or respect collide, it can create a rift too wide to bridge. Maybe it's a relative whose lifestyle or choices hurt others, or a family member who disregards your deeply held beliefs. These clashes can leave you feeling alienated. A 2024 study from Stanford found that value conflicts in close relationships increase stress and lower life satisfaction. Take Martha, an 81-year-old from Illinois, whose son's political rants clashed with her values of compassion. "Every talk turned into a fight," she said. She chose to limit contact to brief, neutral chats, preserving her peace. The danger is sacrificing your principles to keep the peace. Stand firm in what matters to you. If values remain at odds, distance may be the healthiest choice. Your heart deserves alignment, not conflict. Comment Indicator 6 below and share one value you'll honor by setting a boundary. If this inspired you, like, subscribe, and share this with someone who needs a nudge to stand strong. As we navigate our golden years, we've earned the wisdom to choose who shares our journey. These 6 indicators, emotional drain, disrespect, manipulation, betrayal, toxic patterns, and clashing values, are your guide to protecting your peace. Severing ties, even with family, isn't about closing your heart. It's about opening space for joy, respect, and love that lifts you up. You don't have to carry every relationship forever. At this stage, your energy, your time, and your happiness are treasures. Choose connections that honor them. Maybe it's a friend who listens, a grandchild who lights up your day, or even your own company filled with quiet contentment. What does peace look like for you? Picture it: a morning coffee in silence, a laugh with a true friend. Hold that vision close. You've earned it. Thank you for joining me today. I'd love to hear from you. Drop a comment below with one thing you learned and how you'll use it to protect your heart. Your stories inspire us all. If this video touched you, please like, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs this wisdom. Your support keeps elder wisdom growing. Until next time, live boldly, love wisely, and keep shining. You're a gift to this world.